Hey, welcome everyone, and thanks for listening to I'm Just Saying Sports Podcast. I'm Deval, the host, and I want to take a minute to tell you about our exclusive content and bonus videos that you can get with a subscription for only $2.99 a month. With your subscription, you'll receive first access to our podcast episodes and bonus videos for everyone who subscribes on Spotify. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, Castbox, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and YouTube Music, just to name a few. Also, check out our website, I'mJustSayingSportsPodcast.com, for merch and giveaways. All right, that covers everything. Thanks again and enjoy the show. I'm talking to camera. What's up, everybody? Welcome to I'm Just Saying. Hey, we got a great fantasy episode for you guys. So I pulled out all stops and I got the great fantasy advice people. All right. I got Dave with me.
What up? What up?
Yes, sir. I got Dalton with me.
What's good, my people?
I'm the
What's
host,
good?
The Val. Yeah, man. Triple D in effect. We should be a rap group, guys. Triple D effect. That's what I'm saying. Oh, man.
I like it.
I'm ready to have some fun with this episode, man. So we're going to help out all you guys for your fantasy advice for week 11. This is week 11, right?
Yeah, it's going into week 11.
Going to week 11. See?
Yes.
Thank you. That's why I got a supporting cast, bro. This is why I'm not by myself. So Dave's going to help us out. Dalton's going to help us out. We're going to answer all your questions. And then we got a new segment. It's called You're Fired. Your guys are going to like it. It's get these guys off the team finally, man. It's time to make some moves, make some adjustments, because football is a week-to-week game. So is your fantasy team, being real. It's week to week. Yo, some people just got to hit the road, Jack, and never come back no more.
Yep. Yep.
Hell yeah. But let's
Crunch
do a quick
time,
What's that?
I said it's crunch time.
Oh, definitely crunch time. Crunch some numbers, bro. But I just want to do a quick recap of last night's game too. The Dolphins and Rams. Dalton had the Dolphins, so he was right. I thought the Rams were going to try to make that run to the playoffs. I think they still in contention though, but
in their division, yeah, because their division is what? Seahawks, Arizona, them, and 49ers.
I know Arizona's looking all right.
So I mean, they're all that conference. I'm pretty sure is all neck and neck right now. Everybody's either 5-4 or 4-5.
Yeah, for sure. And two, for the audience, if I'm not looking directly in the camera, it's because how my setup is. The guys are over here, so if they start talking and I look over here, nobody got a gun to my head. I swear. I'm just. They start talking, I'm gonna look that way. All right, so there we are. All right, so Dave, what did you take from the Miami game?
So going into the game, me, man, I always gotta look at it from a fantasy perspective. So
Always.
Going into the game, like I thought Tyreek Hill was gonna be more of a decoy, than a true, his true number one self. And like coming out of the game, I don't really know. I mean, he only had, I think, 3 targets, 2 catches. One of them happened to go for a touchdown. But it was it was like a 7 or 10 yard slant, like nothing. You don't really see him take those too often. So I still think he was there mainly as a decoy. What I learned today is that he's got a torn ligament in his wrist. So that's something that he's just going to have to play throughout the rest of the year. So curious to see kind of how that impacts him. He would have been somebody that I'd say with 2 games back now with Tua, both of those games he didn't look good. Maybe you could have bought low on him. But now, like knowing that he's got this wrist ligament for the rest of the season, I'm probably staying away from him. But that was my fantasy takeaway from the game. My takeaway big picture from the game was usually Miami loses these games. Over the last 2 years, they're 1-9 versus teams with winning records. And I know the Rams were 500, so not a winning record technically, but a lot of people have them going to the playoffs. So it's a team that Miami would lose to in the past, and that was not an easy game. Like that was a physical game, a tough game, not the type of track meet that Miami's built to win. So I was impressed with Miami, man, and they have one of the softest schedules remaining. So I think I think they might be able to go on a run, and the AFC's, that number 7 spot's wide open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, well, since we're on the topic of the AFC North, we see you rocking that Jets hat.
in good times
So-
and in bad, my friend.
Yeah. So I got a question for you, man. Let's keep it 100. We on I'm Just Saying, so we're gonna keep it a buck. All right. Whose chances do you like making the playoffs? Miami's or the Jets?
Poof. Man. I gotta say Miami. Just like if I'm keeping it a hundo,
Whoa.
we came out so flat versus Arizona.
Not biased.
We made it look like the Kurt Warner Cardinals with Larry Fitz and all them dudes back there. And we just
y'all were
looked
super
lifeless.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
Because now like the offense was bad, but the defense was at least good. But now the defense sucks. Since they let Salah go, so I don't know what the rest of the year looks like for us.
That
So
part.
I would lean Miami.
Oh, well, that's cool, man. He wasn't biased about it at all, man.
No,
That's cool. I like it. I thought you were gonna be like, we're gonna run the table.
If we would have beat Arizona, I'd be on that train. Even if the game versus Arizona was close, but like we got ran out the building and just came flat. And
Yeah, I didn't expect that out of them against Arizona at all.
yeah.
I didn't at all. The offense should be way better than that, man.
Dude,
I mean, you still got Garrett Wilson.
They got the talent.
I just don't know. Here's like, I think it's obviously it's Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers?
I think but my take is I think it's in his head. Like I don't think he trusts his Achilles yet, and because you see him getting rid of the ball so quick, you don't see him scrambling around. He got hurt on a
He
scramble.
is 40.
Yeah, so I don't know if he doesn't think that he can run, so he's not trying. And I don't mean run, 10 yards up the field.
Just move a little
maneuver around in the pocket. I don't know if he just doesn't trust it or if he just flat out can't do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
We agree. We all agree. We all agree to that. So maybe going from these games, because these are deciders going into the waiver wire pickups. There's gonna be some people that are gonna be like, "Oh man, let's get him, fire him off." So like, all right. So let's go into the waiver wires. All right. So for quarterbacks, I got one that I think people should go after. Dave, you already said it last week. You were really on to something with this guy. And I kind of poo-pooed it because I didn't like him. But you were absolutely right about it. I would have to say Herbert.
Yeah.
You got to pick him up, guys. You have to pick up Herbert. He's actually on the tear. He's actually doing really well. But who do you have?
So me?
Yes, sir. Dave. Sorry.
All right, cool. So I'm looking at two people, right? The first one is should be fairly obvious, but he's actually owned less than the second person I'll talk about, who's a rookie. Russell Wilson in sleeper leagues is still only owned in 30% of sleeper redraft leagues. And that's crazy. Since coming back and taking over the starting job, he's averaging 26 points per game with 2 top 10 finishes. So the dude is balling out. He's going back to the moon ball and back to the Seattle Russell Wilson days. And
yeah, those are good days.
Those were great days.
Yes, it was.
This.
They got Mike Williams, and he might have been. I think we might have talked to Russell Wilson last week too, but he's that's part of the part of the downside of being ahead of things is you got to talk about it multiple times.
Yep.
Mike Williams is there. He's scoring touchdowns because he left the Jets, and people get better when they do that. So
he was on the red line. He quoted. He was there. He was on the red line.
Yeah, and he's got a super soft schedule coming up. He faces bottom pass defenses in Cincinnati.
They got him twice, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they got him twice. They got a struggling Cleveland team. So, his schedule's there for the taking. I'm firing him up. And then, if he's taken in your league, the next guy, also somebody I think we talked about last week, but I did think you'd be able to wait one more week. I was wrong. So hopefully you got aggressive and you're like, hey, if I'm just saying taking him now, I'm taking him now. I don't want to risk it. It's Bo Nix. Last
True
week,
that.
yeah, he tore it up. And last week I was like, you probably wait a week because he's probably gonna have a bad week.
Grab Bo Nix.
I guess he's the real deal.
Yeah. So I think Sean Payton's just scheming up good plays to get him in a rhythm, really. Yeah. Kind of what Kingsbury's doing over there with Washington. They're getting them both those rookie quarterbacks in a nice, good rhythm, and it's just working out. I mean, Bo Nix has got some talent. I think he's like a mobile Drew Brees almost. That's what Sean Payton sees.
Yep.
Yeah. I think you're right. And he was QB 12 last week. And he had 2 touchdowns over 200 yards, no picks, against Kansas City. So he's, like you said, Peyton's scheming him up and he's executing,
Yeah.
So that's one that probably, nobody's sleeping on him anymore.
No.
All right. I got a question for you, Dalton. Real quick.
That's good.
For quarterbacks, and then we'll probably segue off. If you're feeling risky, right, and they're going up against the Texans. Okay.
Okay.
So, would you fire up Trey Lance if all these quarterbacks we just named were taken?
No, I got another quarterback.
You have no quarterback.
No, not him.
Would you try to fire up Trey Lance against the Houston Texans? Which their defense, you can do something on.
Not Trey Lance. I think a sneakier pick that's probably going to be more reliable is Drake May. Because the past few weeks he's shown
available.
What I showed is he's available in more than 50% of sleeper leagues still in Drake May. I mean, I think people are just staying away from the Patriots offense, which I don't blame him. I mean, last week, he did play a tough Bears defense, so he only put up 11.7 points. But the past 2 weeks, he's averaged over 50 yards rushing, so he's got the dual threat ability. I know he doesn't have a definite wideout one, but it looks like for some reason he's moving more, which they always say, rookie quarterback's best friend is the tight ends. It was Hunter Henry in the beginning of the year, but it seems like the past 2 weeks has been Austin Hooper. So I just think because of he's a really risky play in Drake May. If you have no quarterback, that's the only reason I'd go pick him up and play him. But I think the upside, because of his dual threat, he might be able to get you a solid week, like a 20, 21 point week.
Maybe. I see it.
I think he'd just be a stream though this week.
Yeah.
He's got some legs too. He
does.
Yeah.
But Trey Lance got legs.
Yeah, and they're usually sitting on the bench.
Didn't they say Cooper Rush starting though? Didn't they say Cooper Rush still going to start?
I don't know. I thought they had turned to Trey Lance.
If they turn to him,
they ain't named the starter yet. Never mind. I'm sorry. They haven't named the starter
yet. I think he could be worth a stash if they turn to him.
Maybe a stash. He's
playing for his career at this point.
100%.
So he's just got to go out there and play backyard ball. And like you said, he can run. We think. So he's worth a stash.
Yeah, definitely. But can we run off the quarterbacks again? Just a recap, so people know. So
yeah.
I said get Herbert.
Yep.
Dave used Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson and Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm. And then I just said a real risky play is Drake May.
Yep. You got nobody else.
Nobody.
But Drake May could actually do pretty well, though. I agree with Drake May for sure.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Huh? Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go.
I was just say he's underrated, because you mentioned it, he's not playing with talent around him, but the dude's got no problem slinging it.
I think he's the best quarterback to come out of North Carolina so far. So,
low bar,
very low bar, but he can spin it a lot better than what the previous one is,
and still got 108 mil out of it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, Dude went to Duke.
No,
Sorry.
yeah, Daniel
My
Jones
guy
went to Duke.
My bad.
It was Mitchell Trubisky.
Blue colors threw me off.
Yeah.
Oh, Mitchell Trubisky was all right, man. He was Nickelodeon MVP. Come on, guy.
Man.
Gotta count for something.
Don't get me started on that.
He was the first one to get the Nickelodeon MVP.
Hey, when the Chicago Daily Paper has a headline that says Shitsky instead of your name, I mean, come on.
Man, I thought it was Cody Parkey.
No, that one,
man.
Yeah, he had to leave Chicago after that. He can't step back in Chicago.
I was out here when it happened, bro.
Who's that?
Cody Parkey.
Double
doink. Yeah, all you gotta say is double doink.
Yeah. Bing, bing. Ooh, that will live in Bear fans' hearts forever.
Yeah, just like that Yankees play, right? Hey. With Rizzo and Garrett Cole.
Hey.
All right, man. Hey,
that's how I feel.
You should have went the first.
You got to blow out somebody else's candle to make
Oh, man. All right, next up, running backs. So what we looking at for running backs, Dave?
All right. So, again, this was, if you listened to us last week, you were already ahead of the curve. We tried to warn you that, hey, grab this dude now before the free agent bidding takes off. And, because he's going to take the number one job, and that's Audric Estime in Denver. Peyton's been saying it for 2
you were selling this guy.
Dude, like, he's still 7%. Like, that's obviously going to change after this week, but he's still at 7%. And Peyton's been saying for the last 2 weeks, we want to get him more involved. One game he lost a fumble. The next game they were down by like 30. So he didn't get involved. Finally, they were in a close game, and he led the backfield in carries. It was tough because they were playing KC. So they went 14 for 50 yards, something like that. But still better than Javonte Williams. And now he's got that clear path to being an RB1. And at this stage in the game, like, you're not going to get an RB1 anywhere else, without injury and having that handcuff ready. So, we're coming up. A lot of leagues might have had their trade deadline already. Some have it this week. I think the sleeper default is week 11. So if you're, commissioner, you never changed it, it's this week. Throw all your free agent money, at Audric Estime to make sure that you grab him, because you're not going to have an opportunity to trade for another RB1 after this week. So I would spend a significant amount on him.
Or unless you draft Chase Brown. So go ahead.
Chase was
somebody drafted him. I don't like the gloat, but somebody drafted him.
He's a good one, man. And then a couple others, just Cam Akers. He's officially taken over the number 2 role from Ty Montgomery. He's Aaron Jones is there. Yeah. He's hurt. He actually got hurt last week. He's not expected to miss any time. But then again, 2 weeks in a row, I thought Brian Robinson was going to play. So I'd snag Cam Akers, and then Trey Benson. Over the last 2 weeks, he's outplayed James Conner. He hasn't outtouched him yet, but that split is getting close. So this could be the start of a more even game, which ultimately lets Benson take over. So those are the three. My number one would be Audric Estime by far.
Oh, for sure. Well, and then two,
you took mine, man. Trey Benson, you took one of mine. Snatched it.
Oh, my bad.
Perfect. Nah, it's all good.
We gotta exchange notes.
Also, I'm breaking news too. So, Isaiah Pacheco, he's going to be back. Nico Collins, he's going to be back. So that might change, because that would affect Kareem Hunt, don't you think? For Isaiah Pacheco, Dalton?
Yeah.
It could, yeah, but I know they are designated for him to return, but I don't think he's playing this week, right? There's no way.
He's practicing.
Okay, but if he plays this week, I'd still say, Kareem Hunt would definitely probably be the better play for this week, because I think Pacheco would be on a pitch count automatically. Like, you coming back from a fracture, like an actual fracture. You're not coming back from a soft tissue. It could be fully healthy, but you still got to take, like, cuts, hits, everything. Kareem Hunt's been doing pretty solid while he's been out and ever since he joined the team. So I think this week for sure it'd still be a Kareem Hunt. Next week, that could be a discussion. I think for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it does affect Kareem Hunt. Like now that you mentioned that, like that's a great point. I would sell high on Kareem Hunt right now. Again, just with the trade deadline, in some leagues being, the last one being this week, like now's a good time to unload him. Because I think, Dalton, you're right. Like, I mean, the dude snapped his leg in half. How he's even back on the field is
right.
He's
crazy.
He's gonna get back on the field and immediately flag for a drug test.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, and so I think it will have an impact, on Kareem Hunt long term. So, but I don't know, like they supported two RBs before with Edwards Hilaire and Pacheco, and then it's hard to be Chief, especially a passing down back like Hunt would be, my guess. But I would try to sell high on him, and maybe do a 2-for-1 and try to get somebody better.
Didn't they even share the backfield back when Kareem Hunt first had his first stint there too? Like when he was popping off, Andy Reid was still sharing the backfield too. So I mean, I think they'll still share it. Now it just depends who's going to get the lead touches really in that.
So speaking of sharing, right? So for running backs, right, who share the field, now that Gus Edwards is healthy again, do you like him up in there with J.K. Dobbins? You know what I'm saying? That 1-2 punch.
I do.
I like it.
Hardball's going to run the ball. He's done it everywhere he's been a coach, and everywhere he's been a coach, it's not always just been one running back that's the head honcho. In San Fran, it was different because he had Colin Kaepernick, who was technically his second running back behind Frank Gore. But, I mean, in Michigan, he had Blake Corum, he had Edwards, and now he goes to the Chargers. He's got, Edwards and Dobbins. I think it's a great little 1-2 punch, the way that they run the ball. I think it's going to help out Herbert, too, with this play action. Because, what Edwards is coming off, he led the backfield last week with 55 yards, and he only had 10 carries. I don't think he led him in carries, but he led him in yardage. So, Harbaugh's definitely going to use him.
He's definitely going to use him. And like I said, it's boom or bust probably with these guys. So, I
think it's matchup-based, really.
Yeah. And I think Gus might get a touchdown every now. He might not get a lot of yards, but I believe he'll get in the end zone, run it in real quick.
He had a lot of games in Baltimore like that.
Mm-hmm. And
like no yardage, but like 3 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Like 5 carries, 12 yards with 3 touchdowns.
But you need those points. And he's available in 20% of sleeper leagues. Shout out Sleeper.
I'll scoop him up.
What are you going to say, Dave? I'm sorry.
I was going to say one thing that was telling too is Vidal, their rookie running back was a healthy scratch last week. And that's somebody that they wanted to get involved. So that just goes to show you that it's going to be a 2-man show. With Edwards and Dobbins, and Edwards has always been that goal line back traditionally, especially in Greg Roman's offense. I would say if you're looking for if you need an additional flex spot, then I think Edwards is good. If you're trying to replace like an RB1 or an RB2, I would
major point.
I would go like Estime, or maybe even
if he's available.
Yeah. If you don't get outbid.
That's true.
Your league,
if they got Fab. Because do people even still play that old-fashioned way where it's like, all right, man, whoever had the losing week gets the highest draft, gets the waiver wire pick?
I'm in a league like that.
I hate that.
Yeah. I just hate it. I don't like it, but it is what it is.
Because it's like
that league's been going for like 9 years. Like we just haven't changed it. So it is what it is.
I just don't like
it. This was I was in the same league. We were talking about last week that it's been 16 years or whatever, and we just recently switched over to the Fab. Now it's like I don't even know how we ever did it without it.
Oh, it's way better.
Fab never go back. I like it with Fab, man.
It's the way to play fantasy football.
It really is. And sometimes I use it on certain matchups. You know what I mean? Like if you got a defense has got a juicy matchup, pause. You know what I mean? You just spend $1, see what happens.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's what I do. That's how I beat Dalton. So it's what you gotta do.
Man, it's been a week, bro.
Like, man, but it's been years this guy's beating me. I'm getting it all in right now. Pause. All right, so that's what I'm saying, man. I'm getting it all. All right, let's go change because I'm still saying stuff. Let's go to the wide receivers, yo. Man, I mean, if Quentin Johnson's still available, I think fire up the Chargers. We've been starting off boom, boom, boom with the Chargers, bro. It's
that team's been hitting a stride, really.
They're hitting a stride. I know a lot of people wanted to stay away from. I was guilty, because I wasn't that high on Herbert. I really wasn't. I wasn't high on him at all. But he's looking like what he looked like in like his first 2 years. You're like, man, this guy's got talent. He's just on the Chargers. But definitely fire up Quentin Johnson if you could, man. He's available in 45% of sleeper leagues still. But it's just because, he's been hit and miss sometimes too. So
I think people are just scared because his first few years he was just dropping everything. Everybody saw it with their own two eyes. They're like, you only had a few good weeks, and then you look at the rest of it, and it's like,
and they got
not the greatest. Yeah,
they got matchups that's great. They got the Browns and then Cincinnati, I believe. Yeah, they got the Browns. I know they got the Browns next. Fire him up against the Browns. I mean, yeah,
and Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati because their defense is suspect too.
Almost dead last and everything.
Yeah. Let's not talk about bad defenses because a lot of times people don't exploit bad defenses. Like if you have a quarterback like Daniel Jones who doesn't expose bad defenses, well, of course, this is what you get. You get 17 points in overtime. What the?
Sam Darnold versus the Jags last week.
Yep. Yeah.
Or get sacked. On the, you know what? I'm not on the flea flicker. I'm done, man.
Dude, on 3rd and 1. What were they?
Why did I bring it up? Why did y'all talk about bad defenses? It's Dalton's fault. He brought up bad defenses. I brought up some old feelings.
You're welcome. That's what you get for rubbing that win in from a week ago, bro.
You know what, Dave? You know what, Dalton, man? I'm about to just mute him. Hey.
I was watching that game live, man, and I saw that. I'm like, as soon as he didn't get rid of the ball right away, I'm like, he's not going to throw it.
You just
he had the dude wide open downfield.
Could at least try for 4th down to go for it, bro. Man, he's 6 years in. Get this dude. And then Dayball's talking about, we want to evaluate quarterback. Evaluate what? You evaluated this guy for years. He's a bum.
I gotta own that too because I had him. I didn't have him on my list last week for potential QBs because I thought he was gonna crush.
Yes, I told you, Daniel Jones. It's just like, and he's favored. I felt bad too. I had a bad feeling when I seen on Sportsbook that we were favored. I was like, here we go. Now they're gonna go in there expecting to win. So you're gonna have bums in there thinking they're gonna freaking beat the bums, and they can't beat the bums. They just bums. Make that make sense to people. Dang it. Bums can't beat bums. I don't know. I'm just upset. I'm done. Whatever. All right, Dave, for wide receivers, who you got, man?
So I'm with you on Q. And so that goes without saying. I think if Q's there, you got to grab him. I got 2 others. One, we talked in the pre-show a little bit about Ricky Purcell. If he's available in your leagues, snatch him up. He's 46. He's owned in 47% of leagues right now. He had a top 15 finish last week. I think he's the go-to guy, outside of Debo. But Debo's not like a true wide receiver. I think he's the one over Jennings. And then sticking with that Carolina game, last week I was torn between Coker and Xavier Legend.
I started Coker.
Huh?
I started Coker.
Yeah, well,
in my kids league, I do with all the high schoolers and stuff.
If you get points for targets,
that didn't work.
You did all right.
I think he got like 7.
Yeah. He got. He led the team. He led the team in targets. He's available in 88% of the leagues. So he's more of if you're in a deeper league or if everybody's snatched up, he's worth a flyer. He's worth a stash. It is Carolina, so they're probably gonna have to throw the ball a lot. And he's an undrafted free agent, so he's really making some moves. And one of the most opinionated guys out there on wide receivers is Steve Smith. I think we all know when he calls old boy a Jag.
He's a legend. Shout out Steve Smith. He's a legend, bro.
Yeah, and he's all in on Coker. Like he said, Coker can straight up play. So that was enough for me. Still pick him up.
Yeah. You trust that word. You trust it for sure.
So Dalton, real quick, how do you feel about Marquez Valdez-Scantling? Do you think he's a pickup? Or do you think he's still like a boom or bust type?
I think he's more of a boom or bust type of guy. I think he's almost kind of in the same realm as like Cedric Tillman over there in the Browns, just because the quarterback play isn't like top tier. Because like I have Cedric as like a almost kind of like a stash because he gets and Jameis Winston's first 2 starts he's had 20 targets.
Right.
But I think him and MVS are almost kind of the same in their situations that they're in. Both boom or bust.
There's no Ricky Purcell, no Xavier Legette, no Coker, and no Quentin Johnson, right? Everybody bid or whatever. People just pick them up. Would you take a risk? You got to buy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Would you consider taking Marquez, MVS?
For me, it'd be probably in between him or Tillman. It'd be one of those, and me personally, just because I like the arm on Jameis more than I do on Derek Carr, even though Jameis will probably throw 5 picks and a touchdown, but he'll throw for like 400 yards somehow.
Yeah,
I would almost lean a little bit more Tillman's way than MVS because I don't know. We all kind of know who MVS is. We've seen him on 3 or 4 different teams
Patrick
now.
Mahomes was like, "What the hell was that at?"
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Deep balls now? Like, what the heck?
MVP Aaron Rodgers is saying the same thing. Where was that at?
Hey, Aaron Rodgers can't throw nobody.
But I don't know. I'd almost lean more Tillman in that one because he's averaging 22.2 fantasy points per game in his first 3 starts. So,
yeah,
MVS really just popped off this week? So,
yeah, he popped off. Took the top off, bro.
He always has 1 or 2 of those weeks a year.
Yeah, I think I do think Tillman's the real deal. But I'm with you on MVS. Like we've seen it before from MVS, and if Tillman's gone, like another one from the Browns, and I'm probably a little biased here. Former Jet Elijah Moore. He's a dude that his first.
I thought he was good.
I thought he was going to be something when he went to the Browns. I don't know what happened.
Too. And now that Jameis is there, we know Jameis is not afraid to sling it, and so he's got like over his last 3 weeks, he's got 6 targets, 12 targets, and 9 targets.
Okay. So I didn't even know that. Okay. Oh, let me jot this down real quick.
So he could be one in some of those deeper leagues. Shoot.
Yeah.
So I'll take a flyer.
Jot that down.
Yeah, I've had Elijah Moore on my bench in a dynasty league ever since I traded for him when he went to the Browns, and I was so excited. Yeah. And it just you had little flashes, but it was never anything consistent like I thought it was going to be. But you're starting to see it creep back in with Jameis. Like he had his flashes with Joe Flacco too. Nothing with Deshaun. Like nothing. His best game was probably like 3 points with Deshaun Watson. It was terrible.
Yeah. So let's go to our next one, man. Now, this one I know a lot of people got questions on. That's tight end. I'll tell you guys a quick story about me real quick. I sat Sam Laporta because I didn't know what to do, man. And I started DeMarcus Robinson. I still got the dub. I still won.
Yeah, well, that's good.
But I left extra points on the bench. You know what I mean? So it's like tight ends are hard to protect unless you have Cade Otton and Brock Bowers. It's a roller coaster ride with tight ends. So
especially this year.
It is, man. I don't know. So I would be the worst person to talk about tight ends because I'm struggling with my tight ends. All right, pause. So, Dave, help him out. Help us out. What do you got, man?
Man, so this dude, he's out there every week, and I just think people forget one, how good he was in Philly, and two, because it's been so long, and three, probably because he only has one tight end on the season. But Zach Ertz is still available in 55% of sleeper leagues, and he's number 10 for like, he's the top 10 tight end. He's number 10. So if he's out there, like, do it. I mean, he's not going to blow the doors off you. I mean,
Right.
he's only got
None have.
I'm
Really.
looking at it now, like 3 games over, 12 points. But he, everything else has been solid. He's always right around 7 to 10. And, like to your point, tight ends are rough this year. So I would grab Ertz if he's out there over other guys that I see available about the same, or like Freiermuth. Freiermuth's about 50%. I would take Ertz over him. If you're still hanging on to Isaiah Likely for some strange reason, I would take Ertz over him.
What about Dawson Knox?
Something happened with the other dude.
Kincaid.
Kincaid.
Yeah, he's a little banged up, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's a great one. I'm
here to help.
Yeah, if he's available,
I'm here to help.
Snag him, because if Kincaid misses time, like, Knox is Allen's boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I have Dalton Kincaid in one league too, so that's how I know about it. I'm like, I think I should go Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to air that out there.
That'd be a great one.
But I decided to help everybody else out. See, I could have been selfish for my own selfish reasons to just top everybody else. Yes, but you know what? I was like, I'm a man of the people. I decided to give you guys Dawson Knox. Now, if Dawson Knox has a good game, you're welcome. You know where you got it from.
Yeah, I would lean Knox over Ertz if he's out there.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much all we got for tight ends, right? Dalton, do you got anything?
Yeah, no, he pretty much covered every tight end that I was going to cover. The only one that I thought that was different, but I'm pretty sure he's taken in most leagues, is Will Dissly over in the Chargers. He's been on a tear the past few weeks. He had a down week this past week, but that's he's
Chargers.
He's always I'm pretty sure he's rostered in over 50% of leagues anyways. So
yeah, that'd be a strong one.
Yeah, Will Dissly for sure.
Targets last week.
Yeah. But tight ends are so scarce, man.
They are scarce, man. Good luck with the tight ends, honestly. Like I said, I benched Sam Laporta. But Sam Laporta has been down, up, down, up. Like, he's been bad 3 weeks, good a week, bad 2 weeks, good a week. I don't know. So I sat him, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of Demarcus Robinson going off on my bench. So I put him in. He only got me 3 points. Like, I knew that was going to happen, because 2 weeks in a row he popped off. I was like, he's going to, Deval, you've been playing fantasy for years. You should know. 3 times?
It's coming.
Come on, it ain't going to happen. I should have known better.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna put Sam Laporta back in there, and he got me 15 points in sleeper, and now watch him give me 3.
I've been trying to stack up on tight ends too, because it's such a weird position where there's nobody available, but yet nobody wants to trade for one. So in my one league, I got Mark Andrews. I drafted him, which now he's playing great now. I got Mark Andrews, Kraft from Green Bay that I picked up as a free agent, and then Otten that I picked up as a free agent. And nobody wants to trade for him. And I'm like, I
would trade for Otten.
Yeah,
I would trade for Otten.
I got Otten and Brock Bowers.
I'll give you Sam Laporta. I ain't
trying to get rid of any one of them. See? I'm keeping my 2 tight ends, man.
Yo, so I thought I was gonna do good in my sleeper team, man. Because I have Kyle Pitts in my money league, and I have Sam Laporta. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm golden, man. You know what I'm saying? I was liking the fact of who's their quarterback? Well, I'm forgetting his name. Kirk Cousins with Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I like that. I think that's going to be good, man. I'm really liking it, man. But Kyle Pitts has been actually steady, except for that one time he gave me goose eggs, and I benched him, and he's been good ever since.
So he got the memo.
Yeah, he got the memo. You go on my bench, go off. That's pretty much it. You know, that's pretty much it. All right, I know I kind of springed this up on you guys last minute, but I have a new segment. I thought it'd be kind of cool. It's You're Fired. So basically, the concept is you get tired of these same guys that's on your team just taking up a roster space, and it's like, you know what? You got to get up off my team. I drafted you, and you got to get up off my team. So this is not like waiver wire drops. This is about people you drafted, and now it's just time to cut loose. We in week 11. If you're in there trying to win a championship, you got to get this guy off your team, pretty much, and you got to start making some additions. All the stuff that we talked about for week 11, you might want to insert them into your lineup. So, yeah, we're gonna start it up. It's yeah. Yeah, you heard Vince. Get up out of here. So the person I'm firing, I'll start off first because I know I springed it up on you. For me, I drafted him early. Well, not real early. I think I drafted him like around the 5th round. But he's got to go. And that's Michael Pittman.
Ooh.
Peace out. You're gone, bro. It's just horrible. I know he might be hurt. The quarterback situation. I'm done with the whole thing. Michael Pittman, you heard him. Yeah! He's out of here. You out of here. That's my fire guy off my team. He's fired. He's gone.
Coming with the heat, man.
I'm coming with the heat, man. Pause. Yeah, man.
Draft capital doesn't matter for you.
Nope. I drafted him. No, he's out of here. I gotta win. Win, no matter what. That's how you beat Dalton. That's how you do it. You make adjustments.
Okay.
So, who's somebody that you think you might want to fire off of your team, Dave? I don't know if you could check out your team real quick or something, or anybody else.
Yeah, I'm sticking with wide receiver, and this is another guy that was drafted maybe somewhere, probably a little bit later. I don't remember. Mid round, like 7 to 10. A lot of high hopes. A lot of people thought Buffalo were handing Kansas City the Super Bowl by allowing them to trade up for what people thought was going to be Tyreek Hill's replacement. But Xavier Worthy,
You're fired. I'm with you there.
Dude, man.
Get up out of here. Get out of here.
I ain't got time for you, Worthy. You are not
yeah, I'm with you there. So much promise, too.
Yo,
but if you're not working with Patrick Mahomes, you ain't going to work with nobody else. And that's cool.
Yeah, man, it's pretty true.
That's true.
Since D-Hop got there, man, he's got 1 week with -1 points and then another week with 2 points. So, and he was just mad inconsistent even before that. So, taking him to the curb.
All right, so Dalton, man, do you have anybody that you want to fire?
I mean, I got one that, I drafted him like middle of the pack to be like a solid flex guy. Mm-hmm. And he got traded, and it just ain't panning out. He got traded to a team that's too many mouths to feed, and that's Deontay Johnson.
I thought you were going to say Jonathan Mingo.
Nah.
Jonathan Mingo, man, come on.
Because at least like when he was in Carolina, he put up like 3 to 4 weeks of flex starting positions. Mm-hmm. But then as soon as I thought the trade was perfect, he barely even seen the field over there in Baltimore.
So who was it?
Deontay Johnson. There's just too much.
Yeah! Get up out of here. Get up out of here.
Yeah, he's going off my team actually tomorrow when the waiver wire sits.
Yeah, man. It's like that sometimes. And guys, if you really want to win, you just can't hold on to people thinking that they're going to pop off eventually.
Oh, no. Nobody that's won.
Strategic strat. Yeah.
Nobody that's won has the same team that they drafted. Never. Unless you just have the same star players. That's it.
It's it.
Usually that's it.
You drafted Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. Unless you did that. And B. Dalton.
It's crazy. There's.
Then you hold on to these guys.
I'm gonna love it when it comes to the game that matters.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna beat me. Hey, it's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good. I'm talking it right now. I'm loving it up. But no, you're my homie, bro.
The most recent one.
Huh?
You're 1-0 from the last time you played, and that's all.
Yeah. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. New season, new record, bro.
Like when Israel Adesanya was out there celebrating when he finally beat Poton after getting his teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I was in here doing the worm and everything, yo. Nigga like, get up off the ground. What are you doing? Yeah, Nikki puts up with a lot for me. She puts up with a lot. Somebody's got to do it. Yeah. Hey, man, but I like the drip you got on, Dave. I like the Nike, man, but eventually you will have a I'm Just Saying shirt, brother. You're part of the team. I'm glad to have you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dropping knowledge, dropping bombs. Dalton was like, yo, put this guy on the show, man. What are you doing? And I was like, all right, bro. All right, man. You gotta yell at me. So, yeah, man, we gonna get you with the drip. I see you got the hoodie on, too. I'm going to start making I'm Just Saying hoodies.
But I'm gonna need one of them.
Yes, for sure. It's 50 degrees over here in Chicago, so it's perfect weather. New Jersey's probably the same. 50, 55.
Mm-hmm. Hoodie season, man. Hoodie season in full effect. Hoodie and football season. Can't beat it.
No, I'm happy to be here, man. Happy to be a part of what y'all got going on here, and just
what we got going on, bro. Come on, bam, bro. Come on, man.
It's because I don't got the shirt, man. I don't feel.
I know, man. I gotta do better than that, bro. I gotta do better than that. Yo, it's coming.
It's like I'm sitting at the little.
It's coming your way. Pause. Huh?
It's like I'm sitting at the kids' table for Thanksgiving.
I know, man. Just getting the scraps,
Hey, the truck's stuck in traffic, man. You know how the shipping goes.
It's coming your way, yo. I promise you, dog. Definitely. So, yeah, man, that's what we got for you guys. Hopefully we helped you out. Please hit that like and subscribe button, man, so you never miss another episode. Dave's going to always hit you up with that knowledge for your waiver wires from here on to championship, all right? You can find him on X at Davey Footballs. He's the man right there. Look for Dalton on X too. Albright _1132. Right? I get it
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you got it right.
Come on, man. And yo, you want to follow me? Just go to I'm Just Saying Sports Pod. That's where I'm at. You can always talk to me there. I would gladly talk your ear off about sports. That's what I do. I ramble on sometimes. Guilty of it. Like right now, I'm rambling. But that's what I do, man. I love talking sports. Just what I do. This is what I do. And I'm good in fantasy and I win. Right, Dalton? Right. So
I'll give you your flowers this year.
That's it. I'm done. The rest of the week, I'm done. It's over with. Until we meet again. All right? I'm done. I'm done until we meet again. That's it.
It's all good, man. Huh? It's all good, man.
Something below. When you beat me, man, you have all the rights to do the same thing, bro. You got to take it on the chin.
Oh, I will.
I know you will. Hey, man, but it's been real. Please hit that like and follow. If I didn't tell you before, telling you again. Yo, it's been real. To the next episode, y'all. Peace out.
Take it easy.
See you.